Good afternoon. My name is Michael Boykins, Assistant Principal and Director of East High's International Baccalaureate Program. I'd like to welcome you to the class of 2021 IB Senior Recognition. With me on stage is Megan Avey, IB Counselor, Ms. Tanya Flores, IB Parent Association President, Lauren McHenry, A-Push and IB European History Teacher, and Brian White, PIP Government and PIP World History and TOK Teacher. Ms. McHenry and Mr. White, along with Crystal Archibald and Maria Cicinas, Extended Essay Coordinators, and April Gutierrez, CAS Coordinator, make up the IB leadership team. Before I begin, I want to remind everyone that mask coverings both for nose and mouth are mandatory. With warmest regards, I want to thank you for being here this afternoon as we recognize and honor the grit and perseverance of our IB seniors. First, I'd like to thank the talented students who provided the wonderful music: Maria Allen, Isaac Wu, Laura Pham, and Augie Al. And Mr. Croft. I'd also like to thank Jared Hudson and Maya Lee, who stepped in at the last minute to serve as stage hands. The sustainability of the East High IB program is only possible due to the commitment, support, and investment of resources from the Wichita Board of Education and district leadership, as well as our building principal, Sarah Richardson. Ms. Richardson has been in a leadership position at East High for 13 years. Her unyielding support and belief in the core tenets of the International Baccalaureate has aided in our program's accomplishments and will be a driving force behind future success. On behalf of the students and parents, thank you, Ms. Richardson. I would like to ask the parents and guardians of IB seniors to stand for a moment. As I speak, I am amazed at the group of knowledgeable and open-minded students sitting in front of me. The seeds to these traits are planted early in life and fostered through parental support that occurs in the form of time, energy, and resources. The success our students experience is the result of constant encouragement and involvement of many parents. As a parent, I completely understand your desire for your child to succeed, to be happy, to feel understood. The sacrifices that you make on a daily basis that typically go unnoticed are greatly appreciated. On behalf of the class of 2021, thank you for your constant guidance and unconditional love. Thank you for staying up at night to help with homework. Thank you for listening when we were overwhelmed and overjoyed. In the simplest terms and with much respect, we thank you. This year has been anything but normal. Students were asked to channel their stress into resourcefulness, to call upon their intelligence, care, and courage. The same was demanded for our teachers as they were told to acknowledge that resilience grows when they become intentional about bringing their best to difficult situations. I would like to ask any East High staff members to stand for a moment. The East High IB program has a strong and envied legacy. Much of the success our graduates experience is the result of dedicated teachers who take their role to heart and invest additional time to see that our students are challenged and prepared to move on to post-secondary opportunities. The IB diploma program is the vehicle used to accomplish that goal, but committed teachers, like those standing, keep the momentum moving forward year after year. As your colleague, I see your passion and know your love. As an auditorium, we want to thank you. continuing with the theme of appreciation, the East High IB Parent Association, whose mission is to promote the interests of the students enrolled in the IB program by remaining informed about goals, objectives, and activities of the school, believed it was imperative to acknowledge the work of the IB faculty. As a result, IB seniors were asked to nominate 2 teachers who aided in their success and who served as pillars of hope in times of despair. With 79 energetic and opinionated seniors, the nominees were many, while the comments and suggestions were heartwarming. At this time, I'd like to invite the IBPA Board President, Tanya Flores, to the podium.
Good afternoon. As Mr. Boykin said, I'm Tanya Flores, and I'm the IBPA president this year. As we began to plan for IB recognition, we believed that it was very important to acknowledge the hard work of the PID and IB teachers, for without them, our students would not be sitting here today. So on behalf of the senior class, it is with great honor that we present the class of 2021's Celebrated Teacher Award to Mr. Stephen Mock and Miss Lori McHenry. Okay. To Miss McHenry, it is said that she always pushes her students to be their best and recognizes their potential. She is the positivity that we all need to keep going. We refer to her as the IB Mom, a title that only comes with how supportive and accepting she is. She is always teaching us in different ways and is not afraid to change her lesson plans if necessary. Especially with COVID, Ms. McHenry has really shown to be a teacher who truly cares. And comments about Mr. Mock. If any of the teachers advocate for their students and use their voice for us, it's Mr. Mock. I have never had a teacher who has made me feel more accepted, comfortable, and worthy of myself. In the times of the pandemic, I was fortunate enough to have someone as supportive as him to teach English. Mr. Mock is the most respectful and down-to-earth teacher I have ever known. He respects people's situations and how they identify, and the way he teaches is very engaging, especially during this time. The passion he has for teaching his students is really refreshing. Teachers are amazing, and we appreciate all that you do. In addition to recognizing PID and IB teachers, the IB Parent Association would like to extend one more thank you to a member of the IB faculty. Please welcome Amy Siddiqui, an IBPA board member, to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrs. Siddiqui, Mimi Siddiqui, and I am a part of the East High IBPA. At this time, with Ms. As you're all aware, that this year has not been normal, and Ms. Avi, our IB counselor for the last 2 years, was literally initiated by fire. Imagine being brand new and being told, okay, this is how we do things, and nothing goes that way. So she just still took the ball and ran. And she did everything in her capacity to ensure students had what they needed to graduate, making unending schedule changes and always made herself available to any student who needed to talk. We personally struggled with these issues over the last year, and Ms. Amy did not just make time for me to speak with me, she also periodically checked in with my students. And my daughter said it best when she reached out to Miss Avery to have her plan changed. Mrs. Avery listened to me, asked me why I wanted to make the changes, and then instead of getting upset or irritated with me, she said, She was proud of me for having the courage to reach out to her. Thank you, Ms. Ivy, for always being here for us and our students, encouraging them to use their voices, and for being there for the IBPA late in the evenings when we have all kinds of questions and all kinds of concerns when we want to answer. So thank you so much for what you do. We have something for you to see.
It was brought to our attention that our KISS program is losing a beloved educator. After 25 years at East High, with a total of 30 years in education, Mr. Steve Witherspoon is retiring, and is he here today?
The royal decline.
Mr. Witherspoon currently teaches advanced placement United States history and government. Known for his sense of humor, beautiful handwriting, and passion for learning and history, Mr. Witherspoon, aka Spoon, will be dearly missed. The IB parents wish to express their appreciation for all that he does, his dedication and effort. His contributions to our students will not be forgotten. Thank you.
As I sit down looking, I promise you the air is on. It doesn't feel like it, we're trying to get it worked out. But yeah, I guess the programs are great for fans. So, in the spirit of change, we wanted to start a new tradition for IB senior recognition. Aside from the IB Leader Profile Award and Scholarship, the IB leadership team wanted to recognize individual students who have excelled or possess an unyielding passion in the 14 different testing subjects. PIB and IB teachers were tasked to work in their testing subject to create a superlative or award and nominate an IB senior with this honor. Teachers, if you're here to read your superlative and acknowledge your student of choice, please join us on stage. These recognitions are given in the spirit of celebration and fun. So without further ado, the first annual IB Senior Recognition Superlatives.
Dr. Mao and I would like to give the chemistry senior superlative, and this is called the Galvanic Catalytic Award. This is to be given to the student who helps the class function more efficiently and effectively, contributing their own energy to benefit others, while also taking care of themselves in order to reach their fullest potential and productivity. And the traits that we saw in this person are industriousness, resourcefulness, diligence, and a positive personality, manifesting both potential and kinetic energy to cause progress in themselves and in their classmates. And I would like to invite Julie Chan. So Julie is a hardworking, joyful, and considerate, empathetic, and intelligent person who perseveres in spite of significant difficulties. She creatively solves problems that lead to success for herself and others through her encouraging example. So we would like to award her a special token that shows this, and I'll tell you what it is. It's an Energizer bunny.
The Spanish department is presenting the Quixote Award to a distinguished member of the Spanish program. This individual performed with distinction throughout the years here at East and has been a leader both in and out of the classroom. The quote on the certificate says, "Cambiar el mundo, amigo," name of student, "no es locura ni utopía, sino justicia." Or, "To change the world, my friend," name of student, "is not insanity nor utopia, it is justice." We know that this individual will bring about much change for the better, as will all of the members of this class of 2021. To accompany the certificate, we have a mug featuring Don Quixote, the symbol of idealism, and the last churro from Spanish Honor Society, for which the churro has been a symbol over the last few years. On behalf of Julie Dunkelberger and myself, I announce that the winner of this award is Jonathan Valdez.
Good afternoon. I'm Ms. Zimmerman, the business management instructor. And students who've taken business for me know that we love our Shark Tank and Profit Days. So those of you who know, you know. And so we decided to come up with the Future Founder Award. Our only option was to look for a student who extended their learning of business beyond the classroom. This student excelled in both DECA and BPA contests. They sought out internships and professional experiences beyond those offered in school or business clubs. They experimented with their own startup and won seed capital at various statewide business plan contests for high school and college-age entrepreneurs. They talked with judges at these contests and have even been offered seed capital outside of the competitions. For their prize, I'm awarding, those of you who've seen Shark Tank, they always open their notebook and have to take notes for their investors, because I know that Aditya Joshi will be
All right. This is the Literary Inquiry Award. The winner of this award not only demonstrates a passion for reading and an understanding of the power of language, but reflects on and inquires into the significance of literature in everyday life. And this person's interpretation and writing have consistently shown their understanding of literature's role in shaping both the world around us and how we perceive it. They showed this in an extended essay, also consistently in coursework. And additionally, this person has amazing headphones. Lauren Show.
I'm Miss Sally, I'm the visual arts teacher, and I decided to name this award the Vision Award. The Vision Award goes to someone who has the ability to see. Someone who sees is not limited to the literal meaning of sight, but is someone who can see color and understands that diversity is vibrant. It is someone who values all people regardless of boundaries, encourages a safe space by greeting everyone with kindness, forms a way for an open-minded future, steps beyond the line to show peers empathy, recognizes texture is important in all human life, shapes a new perspective through art. This award, the recipient is going to get a golden paintbrush and a happy little tree. I'm going to use the words of masters to define why this recipient deserves this award. Henry Matisse once said, "Creativity takes courage." The person understands that one must have courage to show visual voice and to teach others to listen and see. Bob Ross once said, "We don't make happy mistakes, just happy little accidents." But in E124, if we know there's ever an accident, we're always going to blame Peter and Alex. Okay. Inside joking. Laughter aside, this person understands that it is okay to get messy, it is okay to fail, but most of all, it is amazing when you succeed and learn. Finally, Yayoi Kusama once said, "With just one polka dot, nothing can be achieved." Neon. The thing about Neon is that she is a quiet leader. She does not lead by telling, but she leads by showing. A true leader does not do this once, but does it continually. So Neon, please continue to dot away.
I'm Maria Simmons from the math department. Do we know what this is? This is a wall. But not only that, it is a natural wall. And so for the math department, we decided to have the Aspiring Asymptote Award to a student that has elegance, precision, and creativity in their mathematics. And there really is no limit to their potential in mathematics. We are giving this award to Jaden Noah.
Hi, I'm Lauren Henry, from the history. And, this is, oh my gosh, okay. I get the pleasure of seeing so many of them for 3 years in a row. And it is always a pleasure. 2 or 3 years, so this is great. I call my award the Ferguson Fisher Taylor. Old Dusty Book Award. Named for our 3 favorite historians. One, a traditionalist. So we always keep that view as well. A revisionist. Be open to not their favorite. Be open. Okay. And one, a journalist historian. There's always many views. So I feel that Austin Purcell.
enough, like, sitting literally on the top of your chair. Always, there to offer encouragement to anyone and attention to detail, humor, and I appreciate that immensely.
And of course, we're saving the best class for last. Theory of knowledge, which, even though I've been teaching, she weren't up here, we didn't follow instructions. Oh, there's a couple more afterwards. Okay, well, the best isn't last in this case then. All right. Anyway, my name is Mr. Brian White, and on behalf of myself and Stacy Chestnut, I'm here to present the first annual Russ Best Award for excellence in theory of knowledge. That probably needs a little explanation. Russ Best was the first theory of knowledge teacher here at East High School when the IB program started. And luckily enough, when I started here at East and I started teaching TOK, Russ was still here. And so I can still remember the conversations when he'd never hovered to kind of make sure that things were going okay in TOK. But we'd be sitting at meetings, he would turn to me and say, "Hey, what's going on in TOK?" And I would kind of explain to him, "I've got this idea that we're going to do this and do that." And he would just kind of nod and smile and shake his head and say, "I think that sounds awful." And the great thing about Russ was that he probably did more than anybody else in terms of helping me learn about TOK, because he taught me what TOK is not, rather than what it is. And that's actually, if you know the class, maybe the most important thing about it. So, I have a really difficult time choosing an individual. Myself and Ms. Chestnut did. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the individual up, and I'm going to tell you about the award. So the recipient of the first annual Russ Best Award for Excellence in Theory of Knowledge is Christina Lincoln. As she's heading this way, I will go ahead and share with you that this year's seniors did something that no other class in the history of East High School has ever been asked to do in TOK. And last fall was not fun for a number of reasons, but I think as a class they did extraordinary. And in particular, Christina performed exemplary, not only on assessments, but in terms of class discussion. She was really supportive. She was the type of individual who saw and exactly did what you're supposed to do in TOK, which is to make connections to other classes, to make connections between what we see in theory of knowledge and what we talk about with our own lives. And so, I mean, TOK is kind of about everything, which kind of also makes it about nothing. So I thought maybe the perfect gift would be nothing. But then I thought, no, there has to be something. So those who have taken my class before may be aware of an individual by the name of Billy Mitchell. Okay, and Walter Day. And so here in Wichita, there is a place called the Arcade, where you can go and you can actually play the Donkey Kong machine that was played and autographed by Mr. Billy Mitchell. And so here you go, a full day at the Arcade. Congratulations.
Crystal Archibald, I teach psychology, and just kind of playing off of the whole stressful year thing. Just going to get to the point. This is called the Sapolsky Monkey Award, and it's awarded to KHS. Alone in this ship, I'm the only one that teaches psychology, and when it comes down to stress reduction, I feel like he brings a really stress-reducing environment. So to promote peace in the future of your life.
There's a couple other individual awards, the faculty members are able to be here to present them. So on behalf of physics, this award is called, and I believe this is an inside joke, so as I read this, please do not get upset with me. This is the Ginger Proof Award. Coming back to school while COVID was still ever present was a scary thing. This is from Mr. Hutchinson. I am proud of all the kids who made the important step, and of those who stayed remote but committed to working hard. In physics, we had a statistically impossible percentage of redheads come back the last week of quarter 3. Out of 6 students, 5 had red hair. So the individual of this reward is going to receive red-colored hair dye. The recipient is Eileen Montoya. Mr. Hutchinson stated, Eileen not only resisted the march of the Ginger Coup, but showed a continued dedication to learning physics even in a pandemic. Over the 3 years in IB physics, Eileen has always been ready to learn, eager to participate, fun to be around, and very successful. On behalf of biology, this award is called the A.R. Wallace Award. Alfred Russel Wallace developed a version of theory of evolution by natural selection during the same time period as Charles Darwin. Wallace studied birds, especially those on an island in Indonesia, noting the exquisite adaptations within the various environments. While the 2 scientists corresponded about their ideas and came to the same conclusion, it was decided that because Darwin started his research earlier than Wallace, Darwin should be credited with developing the fundamental set of biological precepts. Wallace's meticulous fieldwork and well-written arguments contributed to Darwin's understanding, even though he did not receive the credit he deserves. The recipient of this award is going to receive a hummingbird patch and flowers. This year's 2021 recipient is Tuan Nguyen. Tuan is an excellent student, conscientious, well-prepared, dependable, and a very hard worker. But her quiet, humble, and cheerful demeanor means that she does not always get the recognition she deserves. And in pure theater fashion, I'm going to read this award that was given to me about 15 minutes ago. So I apologize as I look at my phone. So this superlative for theater is called the, I can't even pronounce it, Du Mach Award. In Greek theater, when the characters in a play found themselves in an impossible situation from which there was no escape, a machine would lower an actor representing a god onto the stage to use their powers to sort out the problem. In each theater program, actors and technicians are often faced with problems for which they don't see a solution. And while we don't have a Greek god hovering over us on stage, we have someone who is usually just out of sight, waiting in the wings. If you forget a line, you will likely hear her system voice reverberate from some corner of the theater to put you back on track. She can solve most any problems you throw at her and keep the production from turning into a tragedy. The winner of this award is Megan Stewart. Megan will receive ambrosia, represented by the traditional backstage snack of the East Theater, Tech Cruise, animal crackers, and a jumbo bag of Skittles to represent the many people she has helped throughout the shows that she has overseen. And lastly, IB music. The superlative, and it says it's an inside joke between Mr. Crawford and the music students. And his notes to me were, pronounce it as you see fit. So I'm probably going to butcher something again. This is IB Music Himdao Dog Award. IB Music requires a very fine musician that is well-rounded, being much more than a great player. It says use air quotes. In addition to performance prowess, they should also excel in music history, composition, and theory, and be a strong writer. You should also be a leader and a musician that is heavily involved in the music program at East High, as well as outside musical groups outside of the school. This year's recipient is Laura Smith. The award in my notes says, I will talk with you after the show. This says, Lauren is an organist and vocalist at the highest possible caliber. She also is a heck of a standout in IB music with a strong grasp of music history and theory. She had a very strong EE on Howard Shore's film school for Lord of the Rings trilogy. She's also an officer for our Trian Musical Club at Eastern. Congratulations. It is the intent of every IB diploma program around the globe to reinforce and contribute to each student characteristics identified as the IB learner profile. These characteristics are inquirers, thinkers, principled, caring, balanced, knowledgeable, communicators, open-minded, risk-takers, and reflective. Graduates, it is hoped these are the characteristics that you will continue to develop throughout your life. This year will mark the presentation of the 11th Annual IB Learner Profile Scholarship, a recognition initiated by one of our former IB educators, Jay Fry. With contributions from IB Parents Association and IB teachers here at East, this year's scholarship is being awarded to a student that the IB teachers identified as representing the IB Learner Profile. This year's recipient is Ari. The scholarship accompanying this award can be used at any school, and the plaque, which we have in the IB office, will have your name engraved, along with the names of past recipients, and will hang in the IB workroom for all to see. Congratulations. This is my 14th year at East High. I started my journey as an ace when I student taught under Emily Koch. From there, I was hired to teach AP US History. After 2 years of teaching, I was approached to teach what was once called PIB, AP US History. At the time, I thought, no way. I want nothing to do with the IB program. The students were intimidating, and the parents were, well, passionate. My mentor at the time, Ms. McHenry, assured me that it would be fine. I quickly realized that lectures were turning into discussions and notes were being applied to real-world scenarios. The students' ability to make connections and trace patterns was astonishing. They were my young historians, and I was hooked on IB. So much that after 5 years in the classroom, I transitioned to IB counselor. For 7 years, I worked alongside Steve Shook. I served as the liaison between parents and teachers and students and teachers. I became familiar with the complexities of working with academically talented and gifted students who, like all other students at East High, were trying to find their voice, their passion, and their identity. I again fell in love with the IB program. Mr. Shook walked into my office one day, closed the door, and said, "Michael, I'm going to retire at the end of next year." After many conversations, what I think was a threat from Mrs. Richardson, it was decided that I would continue the work that Steve and I were doing and usher the program into the vision that Mrs. Richardson had as the IB director. I share this journey not to read aloud my resume, but to acknowledge that every one of my career moves is because of this program. My identification, whether it is career-related or not, is the IB guy. And I wear that title with so much pride because I know what it represents. It represents a group of seniors who have completed the most difficult curriculum in Wichita Public Schools. It represents 79 seniors who have completed countless hours of community service and reflection. It represents a myriad of cultures and belief systems, identities, and dreams. During a recent conversation with a colleague, I was told, "Michael, sometimes there is so much pain that we do not see the pain in others." If we are being honest, this year was painful. We can pretend that everything is fine, and we can call upon our resourcefulness to get us through the day. But we must be honest with ourselves and acknowledge the pain that we and others have experienced. Once we acknowledge how we feel, we must then create a solution. For me, that solution was because I'm Mr. IB. If my students can transition to virtual learning, then I can no longer complain about technology. If my seniors can complete a 4,000-word extended essay, then I can answer several dozen emails. If my seniors can complete their internal assessment while applying to colleges and universities, and participate in clubs and activities, and work a part-time job, then I too can rise to their level and complete the task of an assistant principal. Seniors, you have inspired me beyond words. It is my hope that you wear your title of IB student as proudly as I wear my title of Mr. IB. For without you, there would be no me. Before you receive your stole, I have these parting words. In a society that has taught us to favor being cool over being connected, promise yourself that you will always choose to be the person who gives. To be the person who does not desensitize themselves, to be the person who slams their heart into the people who excite it without hesitation, without worrying if it is too much or too intense or too loud. Trust me when I say that you will never scare off the souls that will fully understand you, that nurture you, and celebrate you. By being open to this world, by being honest, by being a kind of person who loves deeply, do not water yourself down. Do not silence the parts of yourself that lead towards the beauty you see in another human being. Be all that you are, be an IB student. And all our IB graduates, the stole you're about to receive, while it represents an accomplishment, also speaks volumes about the preparation you have endured, so that you are best prepared intellectually and emotionally to contribute at the next level. IB seniors, please look around. This auditorium is full of individuals who believe and support you. We are incredibly proud of your accomplishments and look forward to hearing about your next adventures. But keep in mind, to whom much is given, much is required. In addition to the IB stole that you will wear at graduation, you will receive an International Baccalaureate sticker to adorn your phone, car, or laptop. You will also receive a certificate signed by our teachers. The certificate is inside a blue IB exam bag, and in the corner of the certificate is a green Treasury string tag. For those of you who do not know, the green string tag is the bane of IB testing. At this time, Ms. McHenry, will you please usher our seniors to the stage?
Austin Cho. Ephraim Morris. I apologize, I'm supposed to read universities as well. I'm sure those two are going to great schools. Where are you going to school, Austin? Wichita State University, yes, Ephraim? Wichita State, yes. Ronan Hallisey, Pittsburgh State University. John Buddy, University of Kansas. Landon Wynn, Wichita State University. Arian Wagmodi, Johns Hopkins University. Jeffrey Poisson, University of Kansas. Alan Dong, University of Kansas. Maria Fernanda Huitron Rojas, University of Kansas. Katie Semenoff, University of Kansas. Caitlin Park, University of Kansas. Maria Ibrahim, Wichita State University. Andy Tran, University of Houston. Alejandro Diaz, University of California, San Diego. Ian Flores, Kansas State University. Aditya Joshi, University of Cal Berkeley. Olivier Scholl, Babson College. Isabel Schaefer, University of Kansas. Maria Yakubovich, Northeastern University. Baylor McPherson, Texas Christian University. Mara Howes, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. Jonathan Valderas, Yale University. Ariana Gasper, Baker University. Sky Myers, Wichita State University. Gabrielle Harper Odell, Texas Christian University. Lillian Dimas Mendoza, University of Kansas. Nafiswa Malaki, Wichita State University. Catherine Bailey, University of Missouri, Columbia. Josephine Orr, University of Missouri, Columbia. Victoria Kokenauer, University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Hashin Ahmed, Wichita State University. Ahmed Jesseri, Wichita State University. Sun, Wichita State University. Gabriel Murphy, Kansas State University, Salina. William Van, University of San Francisco. Melody Uca-Freso, Wichita State University. Zoe Lee, Sterling College. Ian Cephas, Montoya, Wichita State University. Amberly Tran, Wichita State University. Jaden Nola, Wichita State University. Julie Tran, Wichita State University. Elise James, Wichita State University. Alexander Louts, Wichita State University. Christina Lincoln, University of Kansas. Don Wynn, University of Kansas. Caroline Zhang, University of California, San Diego. Jacob Hatfield, University of Kansas. Connor Corns, Wichita State University. Abir Haq, University of Kansas. Stephen Boss, University of Kansas. Kay Jett, University of Kansas. Ashley Schwantz, Kansas State University. Lindsay Curran, Eckerd College. Anaya Parikh, undecided. Rachel Lawton, Vanderbilt University. Laura Smith, Baylor University. Lauren Cho, Northwestern University. Megan Stewart, University of Arizona. Mian Ma, Wichita State University. Chuan Nguyen, University of Missouri, Kansas City. Monica Nguyen, Wichita State University. Ann Wynn, University of Houston. Yuki To, Wichita State University. Alexander Mandanis, Texas A&M University. Eric Pham, University of Kansas. William Q, Wichita State University. Rowan Thompson, University of Central Florida. Miria Conant, University of Central Florida. Austin Parcell, Trinity University. Key Lay, University of Kansas. Will Wyford, University of Illinois, Chicago. Adam Boudra, University of Washington. Zoha Zahid, Wichita State University. Vin Nguyen, Wichita State University. Alex Wynn, Butler Community College. Colby Shea, University of Kansas. Hameen Alamin, Wichita State University.
Family, friends, and faculty, both on-site and virtually, I present to you the Wichita High School East IB Senior Class of 2021. Hope you found this ceremony to be a special way of celebrating the extraordinary accomplishments of our IB students. At this time, we will take an approximate 15-minute break to set up for the senior slideshow and talent show. Please note the IB backdrop, great for celebratory photographs in the theater for you. If you are choosing not to stay for the second half of the event, thank you again for attending and have a great evening. Thank you. All right, thank you for returning. So, before we begin the talent show, I'd like to share with you a senior slideshow presentation created by Kate Bailey, Caroline Jang, and Thon Lin. This has been a tradition of East High IB. These individual students ask their peers to submit pictures. They set it to music. So I've seen it already. It brought me to all my feelings, but I'm hopeful and that you guys will enjoy it as well. So without further ado, the slideshow.
I might lose my mind, waking when the sun is up. I've been all these times, waiting for it to come down. Walk these streets with me, I'm doing decently. Just glad that I can be, yeah. I'm trying to realize it's hard to not be fine. I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks I've been exhausted. I'm lost in imagination. And there's one thing I know. Can you come through? There's one thing I know. Can you come through? Ain't got much to do. Too old for my hometown. What's up at noon? Couldn't put my phone down, scrolling patiently. It's all the same to me, just faces on the screen. Yeah, I'm trying to be. It's alright to not be fine on your own. Drinking all this coffee, these last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination. There's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Can you come through? Ooh, yeah. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come? No matter where I go, from literally your side, you will never be alone. You don't ever know the change, even when we wrong. I thought you were on my way back home. Never let you go. You were afraid of you never want alone. You got to fall in love. You'll always let you just hold back from their side. You just say the word and I know. You love me. You can stay where you are. You know I want to know. Hold on. No matter where I go, be wrong. I told you I found my way back home. She knows I'm too. So she's a big song. So you know the number. She is my friend. I got to trust her. See the thoughts and the noises and the I won't never. Stop the clocks, it's amazing. You should see the way the light hits up your head. A million Saturday morning's fading. Sun's in your hand. My eyes are calling over again. We were all drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world that disappeared. Oh, I won't be silent and I won't let go. I will hold on tight until the afterglow. It's so bright till the darkness suddenly clears. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold to the afterglow. The weather outside's changing. The leaves are buried on the 6 inches of white. The radio is playing high and wide. This is a new dimension. This is a level where we're losing time. I'm holding nothing against it. Just you and I. We were all drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world that disappeared. So bright till darkness. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow.
Once again, thank you, Katie, Caroline, and Don. That was an amazing slideshow. I'm so excited for our next act. I fell in love with lion dance I first experienced with Big Goo. And now they are here to perform for you. The lion dance is a traditional Chinese dance performed to bring prosperity and good luck by scaring off evil spirits. The lions also represent wisdom, power, and luck. The lion is operated by 2 people. One person controls the head, which includes the eyes and the mouth. The other person controls the back legs and the tail. The drum represents the lion's heartbeat. As the drumming becomes more aggressive, the lions become more excited. The instruments can be very loud, so prepare yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Lion Dance Club. There we go. All right. Simply amazing is what I said originally. Next is E. James, the resident hula hooper of East High School. They have been hooping for 8-ish years now and will still continue to do so long after high school ends. Their song is Round Table Rifle, and they chose it because Lindsey Sterling and the music they produce has always been important to them. Whether it be because their first routine was to it, or just the fact that throughout all 4 years, one song of theirs would be played while walking through the halls while E listened to it through earbuds. They chose it to make the statement of even if life is fast-paced, you can find the flow within it to follow on your own. E, are you ready? Ready? Yes. You're good. You're ready. Start the music. Amazing. Thank you very much. Chinese fan dances are performed at events such as Lunar New Year celebrations, marriage coronations, and culture shows. Next, Asian Culture Dance Club, ACDC, is going to perform a Chinese fan dance variation, which they often perform around the community during September for the Mid-Autumn Festival. In this particular choreography, you can see many visuals that resemble flowers and the full moon, pairing well with the famous Chinese instrumental song, Hiao Hie Guan, which translates to full moon, gorgeous flowers. Please welcome the East High Asian Cultural Dance Club as they capture the energetic heart of the piece. the butterfly. These girls have been on a sprint since freshman year, which is a factor of this commitment issue, but they committed to this performance and learned just to lead. They gave me everything to read. I do not think you understand. So please applaud when they finish. They will be performing a song. Please welcome Monica, Manon, Fuchsia, and Fernando. Our next dance routine, Katie Simmons. Katie has been on the East High dance team for the past 4 years and loves to dance.
One, two, three. I'll put you first. 2 of everything you deserve. 3, just please. Put you down and rub your feet, baby. Don't need no special occasion, girl, I'll celebrate it. So go ahead and make it yours. 1, 2, 3, you can tell me what you need, but check it. ABC, you make it look so easy on the guest list. It's you and me, we gon' need some privacy. I can hear what you want, just need to put it on a checklist. Hey, that is so bad as hell, girl. See, can't believe I got you all to myself, girl. I'll get intimidated, girl. I celebrate it, so go ahead and make it, yeah. The more everybody, girl, everybody else not getting my crush never. I'm not missing crush the day you right up with me. And the stops and everything I'm listening. Yeah, let it out my face, I'm saying. My stress was one that she was sharing this second. And crush that it's just like one. That's for sure. I'm trying to raise my thoughts back on me. What it means, I'm so like, I'm saying, is that good? I'm like, they fucking struck on your rush. That's my no shot. So, I see the real from what I do, say, I can. Well, I'm better respect him. Once I think we're getting it, that's really big key. Major, I just left me up with it. Now I shower, get him in a little bit more. Like, that's really red party. I'm like, so I never know how fun, but I make it, the next one. Boy, then I hate for because it's fake. Baby, I'm like, you a little bit dramatic. Come on, and you got me. I'm in the take me out, just drop out.
Thank you, Katie. Our next performance will be by Wooded Halsey performing Stop This Train by John Mayer. The song is a very fitting message for this bittersweet occasion.
No, I'm not colorblind. I know the world is black and white. Try to keep an open mind, but I just can't sleep on this tonight. Stop this train. I wanna get off and go again. I can't take the seat, it's moving. I know I can, but honestly, won't someone stop this train? Don't know how else to say it. Don't wanna see my parents go. One generation's length away, quiet life out on my own. Stop this train. I wanna get off and go again. I can't take the speed it's moving. I know I can, but honestly, won't someone stop this train? So scared of getting older, I'm only good at being young. So I play the numbers game to find a way to say that life has just begun. Had a talk with my old man to help me understand. In section 68, you renegotiate. Don't stop this train. Don't for a minute change the place you're in. And don't think I couldn't ever understand. Try my hand, honestly, we'll never stop this train. Once in a while, when it's good, it'll feel like it should. And they're all still around, and you're still safe and sound. And you don't miss a thing, so you cry when you're driving away. But don't singing, stop this train. I wanna get off and go. I can't take the speed it's moving. I know I can, 'cause now I see I'll never stop this train.
Our next act, name, Andy Tran. Talent, poetry recital. Why? A trip down memory lane, nostalgia, including Andy's 3 best moments. Everyone, welcome Andy Tran to the stage.
I speak poetry from my heart. Ozymandias by Percy Shelley. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose brown and wrinkled lip, as near of cold command, tell that a sculptor well those passions red, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal, these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. A valediction, Forbidden Morning, by John Donne. As virtuous men pass mildly away and whisper to their souls to go, while some of their sad friends do stay, the breath goes now, and some say no. So let us melt and make no noise, no tear floods nor sight tempests move. 'Twere profanation of our joys to tell the laity our love. Moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Men reckon what it did and meant. But trepidation of the spears, though greater far, is innocent. Dull sublunary lovers love, whose soul is sense, cannot omit absence, because it thought removes all those things which elemented it. But we, our love so much refined, that ourselves know not what it is, enter assured of the mind, careless, eyes, lips, and hands to miss. Our two souls, therefore, which are one, though I must go, enter not yet a breach, but an expansion, like gold to airy thinness beat. If they be two, they are two so, as if twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth if the other do. And though it in the center sit, yet when the other far side roam, it leans and hearkens after it, and grows erect and comes home. Such wilt thou be to me, who must, like the other foot, obliquely run. Thy firmness makes my circle just, and makes me end where I begun. Thank you. Thank you.
In our next performance, now and Ma will be singing a song from one of the best artists out there. This artist taught her that nobody's perfect, and it's the climb that strengthens oneself. Please welcome Neon Ma. She sings I'll Always Remember You by Hannah Montana.
I always knew this day would come, maybe standing one by one, with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years, there'd be laughter, there'd be tears, but never thought I'd walk away with so much joy, with so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we've gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments. So glad I got to know you. The times that we've had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold it in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Another chapter in the book. Can't go back, but you can look. And there we are on every page. Memories I'll always save. And up ahead, only open doors. Can't go back towards. I wish you love, I wish you love. For you, the world just opens up. And it's so hard to say goodbye. But yesterday's gone. You gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments. So glad I got to know you. The times that we've had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold it in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Every day that we had, all the good and the bad, I'll keep it here inside. All the nights that we shared, all the times that we had, you touched my life. Yeah, one day we'll look back and we'll smile, we'll laugh. But right now we just cry, 'cause it's too hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, you gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments. So glad I got to know you. The times that we share, I'll keep like a photograph and hold in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Ooh. I'll always remember you.
Next, please welcome the Cord Volante Quartet, informally known as Rachel and Sons. Rachel, Julia, Jaden, and Olivia formed this quartet in 2018 when they played their first gig together at ICT Open Street. Since then, they have enjoyed playing for various gigs and concerts around town. Recently, they've played for elementary schoolers, both virtually and in person. Please enjoy their performance of a piece called The Elements, Fire, which is composed by their very own violinist, Jaden Nora. Our final performance, closing out an amazing afternoon of celebration, is Jeffrey Wilson. Jeffrey has been involved in music and theater for several years now, and performing something musical is the only fitting way for him to say goodbye. The song is Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day. It is a fitting song for the bittersweet feelings of moving on from the last 4 years of our lives. Jeffrey wishes to dedicate this song to all the good times that we've had, and hopefully you all have had the time of your lives. One more round of applause for all our performers today. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed your afternoon as well. Be safe. Have a good Sunday. Thank you, everyone.